Man overlooks the benefits of bitter medicines due to the availability of tasty medicines. Welcome to a fresh episode. And here we're going to section 8. However, in the last episode, we did, which consisted of only two sections, 60 and 61, we left out a second part of the comment to sign 61, and that part was note 75. Note 75. Yes, the 65 had two notes, 74 and then 75. However, we did only 74, and so we have to go to 75 before we start section 8. And here we go. From here, the argument becomes more general. They got the promised land, but they continue to rebel against God, and their humiliation and misery became a national disaster. Uh, but, un- but, unto, but still remained under the Persian yoke. But still remained under the Persian yoke. And they were under this yoke. And they were under the yoke of the Greeks, the Romans, the Arabs. This is history for you or for us. They were scattered all over the earth and have been a wandering people ever since because they rejected faith, slew God's messengers, and went on transgressing. Who are they? The Jews or the Israelites. Mm. Uh, so no wonder people think the present Israelites are not the true Israelites. Mm. Then paragraph. The slaying of the prophets begin with the murder of Abel, who was in the ancestry of Israel. The elder sons of Jacob attempted the murder of Joseph when they dropped him into a well. And if he was afterwards rescued by strangers, their blood guilt is hyphenated, their blood guilt was none the less. Full stop. In later history, they attempted to slay Jesus, inasmuch as they got the Roman governor to crucify one in his likeness, one in Jesus' likeness. Shibihalahu, shibihalahu, la kataluhu, wala salabuhu, walakinna shibihalahu. It was rather a likeness of Jesus. So to cruelly to crucify one in his likeness. Sorry, but the Roman governor, as they got the Roman governor to crucify one in his likeness, in Jesus' likeness, and they attempted to take the life of Al Mustafa, that is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it looks like the Jews, all they have come to do is to destroy God's work. That's by taking the lives of God's people. No good virtue. And they're still doing it today. When God has stated, "Thou shalt not kill," their desire has been to kill. And they've developed new means of killing people. But I think they have a problem because They cannot keep on killing. They are killing, and God is multiplying them. They are coming. More people are coming. And they cannot crucify the whole world at a go. So that is it. Okay. But the world, sorry, but the moral goes wider than the children of Israel. There's not only alone. Mm. It applies to all nations and all individuals. Though it's the children of Israel who did the killing, the advice is not going to them alone, to mankind in general. If they are still naked, or if they are still naked, or if they are still naked, sorry, if they are stiff naked, it's hyphenated, stiff naked. Mm. If they set a greater value on perishable goods than on freedom and eternal salvation, if they break the law of God and resist his grace, their position, their portion must be humiliation and misery in the spiritual world, and probably even on this earth, if a long view is taken. So the one who created life is not in a hurry to take life. He leaves us till we die. The one who didn't create life is taking away life with pleasure. And this is going to the Israelis or Israelites. Uh, Now we go to sign 80 proper. Mm, Namshin. So section 8, that is sign 80. So section 8, sign 62. We go to sign 62 proper. Mm. إن الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والنصارى والسابئين من آمن بالله ويوم الآخرة. Uh, those who believe into brackets in the Quran. So when I say those who believe into brackets in the Quran. So those who believe and those who follow the Jewish scriptures in brackets, Palestina Hadu, and the Christians and Nasara and the Sabians were Sabi'in. ومن آمن باليوم من آمن بالله ويوم الآخرة, and who believe in God and the last day, وعمل صالحا and work righteousness, لهم أجرهم عند ربهم, shall have their reward, أجرهم, with their Lord, عند ربهم, ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون, ولا هم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. Shall be no, sorry, on them, with their Lord, on them shall be no fear, nor shall they grieve. Note 77. No, 76 before 77. There are two notes. Note 76. Latest researches have revealed a small remnant of the religious community, numbering about 2,000 souls in lower Iraq near Basra. You've been hearing Basra in the news, near Basra, full stop. In Arabic, they are called Subi, plural Suba, plural Suba in brackets. They are also called Sabians, Nazorians, Mandians, or Christians of St. John, full stop. They claim to be Gnostics or knowers of the great life, full stop. They dress in white and believe in frequent immersions in water. Their book, Giza, is in the dialect of Aramaic, full stop. They have theories of darkness and light as the Zoroastrianism, as in Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism is spelled capital Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism. Full stop. They use the name Yarden, into brackets Jordan, for any river. So any river to them is River Jordan. Uh, they use the name Yarden for any river. They live in peace and harmony among their Muslim neighbors. That's the most important thing. Mm. They resemble the Sabian mentioned in the Quran. They, they resemble the Sabi'in, not Sabian. They resemble the Sabi'in, or they resemble the Sabi'in. Yes, they resemble. Oh, I've missed it. They resemble the they resemble the Sabi'un mentioned in the Quran. Sabi'un is spelled capital S-A, lengthened A, then B-I, then dash, then U-N, U lengthened, lengthened U-N, mentioned in the Quran, but are not probably identical with them. Paragraph. The pseudo-Sabians of Haran who attracted the attention of Khalifa Mamun al-Rashid in 830 AD by their long hair and peculiar dress probably adopted the name as it was mentioned in the Quran, in order to claim privileges of the people of the book. Full stop. They were Syrian star worshippers with Hellenistic tendencies like the Jews contemporary with Jesus, like the Jews contemporary with Jesus, full stop. Paragraph. Uh, there was another people called the Sabaeans, Sabaeans spelled Sabaeans. There was another people called the Sabaeans who played an important part in the history of early Arabia and are known through their inscriptions in an alphabet allied to the Phoenician and Babylonian. Phoenician is spelled Phoenician, Phoenician, and Babylonian, full stop. They had a flourishing kingdom in the Yemen tract in South Arabia about 700 BC. though, though their origin may have been in North Arabia, full stop, they worshipped the planets and stars, into brackets, moon, sun, Venus, brackets close, full stop. Probably the Queen of Sheba is connected with them, full stop. They succumbed to Abyssinia about 350 AD and to Persia about 570 AD, full stop. Their capital was near Sana'a. Sana'a is spelled capital S-A-N apostrophe and A lengthened Sana'a, full stop. They had beautiful stone buildings the pointed arch, in which the pointed arch is noticeable. Arch is spelled Pardon me, my spelling can be bad. I don't know if it's I think it's arch. A-R-C-H. A-R-C-H in case I pronounce it wrongly. And the pointed arch in is noticeable. Is noticeable. Compare 569. That's V, sign 69, chapter V, sign 65, sign 69, and note 779. Into brackets, CEB in surveillance. CEB, capital E, capital B, in surveillance. Surveillance spelled Sabaean. Sorry, surveillance spelled capital Sabaeans without any break, without any apostrophe. Full stop and inverted commas and commas close. All right, and that was note 76 to sign 62. We now go to note 77. Compare chapter 2, sign 38, where the same phrase occurs, full stop, and it recurs again and again afterwards. Full stop. Paragraph. The point of the verse is that Islam does not teach an exclusive doctrine and is not meant exclusively for one people. The Jews claimed this for themselves, and the Christians, in their origin, were a sect of the Jews. Full stop. This is an important piece of information. The Christians were, in their origin, a sect of the Jews. Full stop. Even the modern organized Christian churches, comma, though they have been consciously or unconsciously influenced by the time spirit. Time spirit is hyphenated, including the historical fact of Islam, yet cling to the idea of vicarious atonements, which means that all who do not believe in it or allowed lives or who lived, those who do not believe in it or who lived previous to the death of Christ are at a disadvantage spiritually before the throne of God. The attitude of Islam is entirely different, full stop. Islam existed before the preaching of Muhammad on earth, or on this earth, before the preaching of Muhammad on this earth, semicolon. The Quran expressly calls Abraham as Muslim, chapter 3, sign 67. Moses also calls Abraham a Muslim. Full stop. Each teaching, into brackets, submission to God's will, brackets close, has been, and will be the teaching of religion for all time and for all people. My schoolmates would say people, so people say people. So for all people. And that was note 77 to sign 62. Let's venture into sign 63. What is أخذنا ميثاقكم ورفعنا فوقكم الطور الطور. And remember, we took your covenant, ميثاقكم. We took your covenant and we raised above you the mount That Mount Sinai, into brackets, Sinai is the mount, into brackets, Sinai, Atura. Huzu ma atainakum bikuwatin. Saying, hold, Huzu, family, bikuwatin. Huzu, hold, bikuwatin, family, to what we have given you, ma atainakum, and bring ever, and bring into brackets ever, and bring without the brackets it reads, and bring to remembrance what is therein. Ma atainakum, what is kuru, what is kuru ma fiha. Sorry, what is kuru ma fihi, what is kuru ma fihi, and bring to remembrance what is therein. La'allakum tatakuna, la'allakum tatakuna. Perchance you may fear God. La'allakum tatakuna. Perchance you will fear God. And that is in double inverted commas. Whole family. And then up to ye may fear God. And that was sign 63. The note to it is 78. Let's go there. Note 78. The mountain of Sinai, Turu Sinin. The mountain of Sinai, into brackets, Turu Sinin. A prominent mountain in the Arabian desert, in the peninsula between the two arms of the Red Sea. Full stop. Here, the Ten Commandments and the law were given to Moses. Full stop. Hence, it is now called Mountain. It is now called Mountain of Moses, or Jabal Musa in brackets. Jabal Musa, Mountain of Moses, Jabal Musa in brackets. Full stop. The Israelites encamped at the foot of it for nearly a year. Full stop. The covenant was taken from them and the many portents, into brackets, Exodus 19, 5, 8, 16, and 18, brackets close, which are described in Jewish tradition in great detail. Full stop. That was note 78 to sign 63. We now go to sign 64, which has no commentary. Sign 64. Tumma tawallaytum, tumma tawallaytum min ba'da zalika, tumma tawallaytum min ba'da zalika, but you returned back thereafter. فلو لا فضل الله فلو لا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته لكنتم من الخاسرين. فلو لا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته لكنتم من الخاسرين. Had it not been for the grace of God, had it not been for the grace and mercy of God to you, alaykum, you would surely have been among the lost. Lakuntum minal ha-sirin, you would have been among the lost. Like I said, there's no note to it. Let's go to 65 straight. ولقد علمتم الذين اعتدوا منكم في السبت, and well and well ye knew those among you who transgressed in the matter of the Sabbath, be Sabti. Oh no, fi Sabti, fi Sabti. Hmm? فقلنا لهم كونوا كردة خاسرين فقلنا لكم كونوا كردة خاسرين. Uh, we said to them, قلنا لهم, we said to them, قلنا لهم, كونوا كردة خاسرين. Be ye apes, كردة, be ye apes, despised and rejected. Hasirin, despised and rejected. Let's go to note 79 to read. 79. The punishment for breach of the Sabbath under the Mosaic law was death. Everyone that defileth it, into brackets, the Sabbath, shall surely be put to death. Double inverted commas closed, and then colon, then into brackets, Exodus 31, 14, brackets closed. There must have been a Jewish tradition about a whole fishing community in a seaside town, which persisted in breaking the Sabbath and were turned into apes. Yes, God can do anything He likes. And were turned into apes. Compare chapter 7, Psalms 163 to 166. 163 to 166. We now go to Psalm 66. We now go to Psalm 66. فجعلناها نكلا لما بين يديها. So we made it an example, nakalan, in their own time. Lima bena yediha wama halfaha, to their own time and to their posterity. So we made it an example for their own time and to their posterity. Lima bena yediha wama halfaha ومؤوزة للمتقين and a lesson للمتقين, to those who fear God. So ma'uzatan here is interpreted as a lesson. And that was Psalm 66. We now go to Psalm 67. وإذ قال موسى لقومه إن الله يأمركم أن تسجحوا بكرة أن Jehu Bakratan. Mm. And remember, Moses said to his people, God commands that Inna Allah Yamurukum. God commands that ye sacrifice a heifer. Yamurukum. And yes, Bahu, and yes, Jehu Bakratan. You sacrifice a heifer. And Bakratan is the title to this surah Bakratan, heifer. Chapter 2 is named after heifer, after the heifer Bakratan. And tas Jehu Bakratan. Uh, they said, makest thou a laughing stock of us? They said to Moses, Kalu atatahizuna, Kalu atatahizuna huzwan, atatahizuna huzwan. They said, that's to Moses, makest thou a laughing stock of a laughing stock of us? Laughing stock is hyphenated. Mm? Uh, uh, Kala, Kala, A'udhu billahi an akuna, A'udhu billahi an akuna mina jahilin. Moses told them, A'udhu billahi an akuna, sorry, A'udhu billahi an akuna mina jahilin. He said, God save me from being an ignorant fool. The word fool is in brackets. Mm. So when they told Moses, make us thou a laughing stock of us, this is what Moses said. In other words, it's only an ignorant fool that will make another a laughing stock, or that will make his subjects, his people, a laughing stock. This is only the work of a fool. So Moses said, A'udh billahi an akuna min al hasirin. God save me from being an ignorant fool, in double inverted commas. Note 18. Note 18. Uh, this story or parable of the heifer in 267-71. This story or parable of a heifer in chapter 2, signs 67-71, should be read with the parable of the dead man brought to life in chapter 2, signs 72 to 73. In other words, the same chapter. So we are told to read the two together, signs 67 to 71, and then 72 to 73. In other words, from signs 67 to 73, there should be no break. We're yet together. Okay. The stories were accepted in Jewish tradition, which are themselves based on certain sacrificial directions in the Old Testament. The Old Testament. Uh, full stop. The heifer story of Jewish tradition is based on Numbers 19, verses 1 to 10. Remember, in the Bible, the word sign is not there. Verses are used, not signs. In Numbers verses 1 to 10, in which Moses and Aaron ordered the Israelites to sacrifice a red heifer without spot or blemish. Semicolon. Her body was to be burnt, and the ashes were to be kept for the purification of the congregation from sin. Full stop. The parable of the dead man we shall refer to later. Hmm. So note previous. Okay, we've started with 67. Hmm. And we are now on 71. No, we've done 67 already. Let's see. Uh, no, this is 67. Yes, we started with 67. This chapter, this note is for sign 67. And so we are told to read from here up to 73. Namshi. And I think 73 or 73 goes to the next section. Anyway, let's see. Uh, 68. Kalu id'ulana rabaka. Kalu id'ulana rabaka. Yubayyan lana mahia. They said, beseech on our behalf, id'ulana rabaka, your Lord, to make plain to us what it is, what into brackets, whatever it is that they should sacrifice. Id'ulana mahia. Kala innahu yakulu innaha bakratan la faridun wala wala bikrun wala bikrun awanun bina zalika wala bikrun awanun bina zalika. uh, he said, he said, uh, he says, I think Moses said, he says, I think God says, I think so. He says, the heifer should be neither too old nor too young, but of middling age. Now do what ye are commanded. Kala, innahu yakulu, innaha bakratan, la faridun, too old, wala bakrun, wala bikrun, too young. Awanun bena zalika, but of middle age. فإف 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 ألو ما يمرون يؤمرون فإف ألو ما يؤمرون. Now do what ye are commanded. David told his people, do what ye are commanded. Exclamation mark. That's commanded to do. It doesn't look like there is any commentary to read. Except that we didn't finish commentary 80. I don't think we did. Parable 80 to be continued. The parable of the dead man we shall refer to later. Then paragraph. The lesson of the heifer parable is plain. 80 continued. Moses announced the sacrifice to the Israelites, and they treated it as a jest. When Moses continued solemnly to ask for sacrifice, they put him off on one pretext and another, asking a number of questions which they could have answered themselves if they had listened to Moses' directions. Their questions were carping criticisms rather than the result of a desire for information. It was a mere thin pretense that they were genuinely seeking for guidance. They were not seeking for guidance, they were just pretending. Mm. Full stop. When at least they were driven into a corner, they made the sacrifice. But the will was wanting. They made the sacrifice unwillingly, which would have made the sacrifice efficacious for purification from sin, mm, which would have made the sacrifice efficacious for purification from sin. Full stop. The real reason uh, prevari- for their prevarications was their guilty conscience, comma, as we see in the parable of the dead man in uh, Science 20, in Science 72 to 23. Science 72 to 23. And so we have now finished Psalm 80 of, oh no, we've now finished note 80 to Psalm 67. Now we are going to, now we've done also Psalm 68. I'm trying to find out if there is any note to read. It doesn't look like there is any. It doesn't look like there is any. No, there is none. Mm. So Psalm 68 has no note. Likewise, 69, 70, and even 71. So let's try to do that. Let's try to go there. No, no, I did 68 already and 69. They said, beseech on our behalf, thy Lord, to make plain to us. Aha, we are now going to 69. 68 is said, beseech on our behalf to make plain to us what he for. Yes, we're now going to Psalm 69. Kalu, id ulana rabaka, yubayyin lana ma launuha, yubayyin lana ma launuha. They said, beseech on our behalf, thy Lord, Rabaka, to make plain to us her color, the color of the heifer, launaha, kala, innahu yakulu, innaha bakaratan, safra'u, bakaratan, safra'u, fa ikiu, fa ik, uh, fa, fa, bakra'u, fa ki'un, low, fa ki'un, launuha tasru anna zirina. Tasuru anna zirina. Those who behold his insight. Let's see. He said, beseech. He said, Moses said, he says, I think God says, a fawn colored heifer, a fawn colored heifer, safra'u, innahu bakratan, safra'u, a fawn colored heifer. I think it's something like yellow. A fawn colored heifer. Fawn is Fawn. Colored, hyphenated, fawn colored heifer. Safra'u. Fa, ik, fa ki'un. فاقع لونه. Yeah, that's it. فاقع لونه. A fawn-colored heifer. Hmm? Uh, تسور تسر الناظرين, pure and rich in tone, the admiration of beholders, for those who see. Mm. So you don't sacrifice in just anything. When you are going to make a sacrifice to God, there are specifications. For instance, in the Ramadan, you don't choose a ram that is sick. It's running it's running diarrhea, and you take it away because you want cheap. You eliminate it before it dies. No, take one that is strong, healthy. Mm. Okay. Uh, تسر الناظرين تسر الناظرين, the admiration of beholders. Mm. Exclamation mark, and then double inverted commas close. Now we go to sign 70. Sign 70. Uh, قالوا ادعوا لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي أن البكرة sorry ما هي أن البكرة ما هي ما هي إن بكرة تشابه أن بكرة تشابه علينا إن بكرة تشابه علينا. They said, beseech on our behalf thy Lord to make plain to us what she is. Mm. Inna bakaratan tashabaha alayna wa inna insha'Allah lamuhtadun. What she is to us, what she is, sorry, what she is, colon, to us are all heifers alike. To us. Inna bakratan tashabaha alayna, because to us are all heifers alike. Wa inna inshallah lamuhtadun. We wish indeed for guidance if Allah wills. Inshallah lamuhtadun. If Allah wish, we shall indeed. We wish indeed for guidance. Uh, no commentary to that, like I said before. We go to the last sign, and that's sign 71, which has no commentary either. Mm. Kala, innahu yakulu, innaha bakratan, la zululun, innaha bakratan, la zalulun, tuthirun, الأرض لا ذليل تثير الأرض ولا تسكي ولا تسكي ولا تسكي الذات مسلة الذات مسلمة. He said, Moses said, he says, that's God says, a heifer not trained to till the soil, not trained to till the soil, la zalalun tushirun al-ardi, not trained to till the earth. Wala taska al-zatu, wala taska, wala taska al-hartu, wala taska al-hartha, not trained to not trained to till the soil or water the fields, or water la taska al-harta, musalamatan, not trained, or water the fields, sound and without blemish, musalatan, sound, musalatan, sound, la shiatan, uh, without oh, sound and without blemish, sound and without blemish, musalatan, la shiatan, fiha, without blemish, musalatan fiha, without blemish. Mm. Kalu, Kalu al-ana jita bil-haq. Kalu al-ana jita bil-haq. Now you have come with the truth. They said, now hast thou brought the truth. So you can imagine them. After molesting him for so long, they are now telling him that he has come with the truth. Kala, now, jita bil-haq. Kana al-ana jita bil-haq. uh, فز بالحق ف فزجه فسجدوه فزجهوها وما فزجهوها وما كادوا يفعلون وما كادوا يفعلون. Then they offered her in sacrifice, and they scarcely did it. Then they offered her in sacrifice, and they scarcely did it. Mm. فَسَجَّهُوهَا وَمَا كَادُوا يَفْعَلُونَ. And that is Psalm 71 without any comment. We shall halt here. When we come back in our next video, God willing, we shall go to section 9. Thank you very much. Ila lakai. Bye bye. Au revoir. May God be with you all.